Robbie's going to share a story with us this morning about a hymn that we're going to sing in just a moment. Robbie?
You know, for this special Freedom Sunday, Chuck was inspired to share a patriotic song you all know, which touched him particularly with the inclusion of a beautiful short prayer, well suited to our current times. But before singing it, we thought you might like to know a little of the history. It's a rainy afternoon, 1831. A young student who would become the Reverend Samuel Francis Smith and go on to publish many beautiful hymns. He was approached by a friend while studying at Andover Theological Seminary in Massachusetts. The friend, church music composer Lowell Mason, had a German songbook in his hand. It seemed he was captivated by a particular tune and wanted Smith to Americanize the German lyrics. And it turns out Mason was in pretty good company as far as his appreciation of the melody. It had been used in the anthems of the German Empire, Norway, Liechtenstein, Imperial Russia, Switzerland, and many of you might recognize it as the current English anthem, God Save the Queen. In less than an hour, Smith had completed several verses of his hymn, and not long after, it was performed for the first time in public on July 4th, 1831, at a Children's Independence Day celebration in the Park Street Church of Boston. Published the next year, 1832, the popularity of the hymn grew and grew from there, and up until 100 years later, when Congress and President Herbert Hoover, designated the Star-Spangled Banner the official anthem in March of 1931, our unofficial anthem was considered by many to be America, what most of us know as My Country, 'Tis of Thee. Now, the early verses of the hymn encourage national pride, but the fourth verse is a prayer to God, who Smith addressed as our Father's God, asking eternal Almighty God for his continued favor and protection of our United States. If you don't mind, before we sing a few verses of this wonderful hymn, I don't think Chuck's going to let you sing it all, but before we sing a few verses of this wonderful hymn, I'd like to ask you all to join me in praying that fourth verse together. Our Father's God, to thee, author of liberty, to thee we sing. Long may our land be bright with freedom's holy light. Protect us by thy might, great God, our King.